Kelly Ripa was without Mark Consuelos this week on Live with Kelly and Mark, and she had to call in some new co-hosts. However, one thing that she interestingly said was that sitting next to one of her new co-hosts made her feel smarter than she normally felt when working with her husband. Here is a look at who replaced Mark on the show and why Kelly said it made her feel smarter. Kelly Ripa welcomes new co-hosts to Live with Kelly and Mark. Last week, Kelly Ripa teased that Mark Consuelos might be missing some television time this week. The couple talked about the incoming bad weather hitting New York, which would make travel difficult. They knew that he might have trouble getting there if he was traveling. That is what happened, so Kelly invited her friend Anderson Cooper to join her as a co-host on the show. This worked out perfectly because one of the guests on the show was someone with whom Anderson had something in common. As a result, Kelly said that being between them made her feel smarter. The guest was Ken Jennings, the Jeopardy! Host. The three of them discussed the upcoming season of Celebrity Jeopardy! This was something that Anderson Cooper could relate to. He has not only competed on Celebrity Jeopardy!, but he has also filled in as a Jeopardy! Host in the past. Cooper and Jennings began to profess their love for Jeopardy!, and that is when Kelly said, "I feel smarter just sitting here between two Jeopardy! Titans, via YouTube." When Kelly asked about the kind of questions they have on Celebrity Jeopardy!, Ken explained they are still hard but more pleasant. Jeopardy! Went on hiatus due to wildfires. The group was talking about Celebrity Jeopardy!, which might have bothered some of the game show's fans since it is tournament time. The wild card tournament just ended, which means it is time for the Tournament of Champions. However, that might be slightly delayed. Jeopardy! Postponed tapings thanks to the Los Angeles wildfires. The show said that they needed to stop tapings for the caution and safety of everyone. The show also revealed that the Tournament of Champions will probably get pushed back. This year's Tournament of Champions was measuring up to be a good one, even though there were fewer automatic qualifiers than usual. Not only that, but last year's Celebrity Jeopardy! Champion has already pulled out of the tourney, meaning an extra contestant from the wildcard round made it. What are your thoughts on seeing Ken Jennings on Live with Kelly and Mark? Did you enjoy Anderson Cooper being there to help out? The chemistry between Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos has long been the heart of Live with Kelly and Mark. Their witty exchanges, playful banter, and marital squabbles broadcast to millions of viewers make them one of television's most beloved pairs. But when Mark Consuelos was suddenly absent from the show one morning, viewers noticed the difference immediately. Kelly, sitting alone at the iconic desk, greeted the audience with her usual warmth, but with a mischievous smile that hinted she was ready to make the most of her temporary solo spotlight. "Mark isn't here today," she announced. "He's off being glamorous somewhere else, and I'm here holding down the fort. And can I just say," she leaned closer to the camera, lowering her voice conspiratorially, "I already feel smarter without him." The audience erupted with laughter, but Kelly's comment wasn't entirely in jest. The solo energy. Hosting alone isn't new for Kelly. She spent years leading live alongside different co-hosts and often filled in during absences. But with Mark missing, something playful sparked in her demeanor. "I don't mean he makes me less intelligent," she clarified with a grin. "It's just that when Mark's here, my brain gets distracted. He's always making faces at me, whispering things during commercial breaks, or just generally derailing my train of thought. Without him, I'm laser-focused. I'm like a scholar today." Fans on social media immediately picked up on the energy. One tweeted, "Kelly is the thriving soul of this morning. She's like Professor Ripa schooling us all." Another wrote, "Mark better watch out. Kelly's feeling powerful without him." Mark's whereabouts. As it turned out, Mark wasn't far away. He was on location filming a small guest role for a new series, while Kelly teased that he was probably eating craft service snacks and calling it work. She admitted she missed him, just a little. "I don't want him to think I don't miss him," she said with mock seriousness. "Of course I do. I love him dearly. But let's be honest, Sometimes a woman needs space to discover she's secretly a genius. Her tongue-in-cheek commentary was classic Kelly, balancing affection with comedic timing. A different kind of banter. Without her husband seated beside her, Kelly leaned into her own storytelling. She shared anecdotes about their kids, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, and even poked fun at herself for still misplacing her reading glasses. But the moment she circled back to Mark, the audience perked up. "You know what I realized this morning?" she asked, pausing for dramatic effect. "I didn't have to spend 20 minutes convincing my co-host that almond milk is a real thing. I didn't have to argue with anyone about whether cardio or weight training is better. It was just me, myself, and my unmatched brilliance." The audience roared. Kelly dabbed her eyes theatrically with a tissue. This is what liberation feels like. Fans react. The playful ribbing of her absent husband struck a chord with viewers. By midday, clips of Kelly's "Smarter Without Mark" remarks were trending online. Fans posted side-by-side GIFs of Kelly hosting alone, compared with shows featuring Mark's antics, captioned with cheeky commentary like "Kelly's brain when Mark is gone." Others chimed in with supportive comments. "Kelly is hilarious. You can tell she adores Mark, but I love seeing her shine solo too," one fan wrote. A few even suggested the network consider occasional Kelly-only episodes. "She's like a stand-up comedian when she's by herself," one viewer posted. The confidence is unmatched. The history of their on-air dynamic. Kelly and Mark's relationship has always been the heartbeat of the show since he joined her as permanent co-host. Their playful disagreements, whether about cooking, parenting styles, or household habits, have given fans a peek into their marriage, blurring the line between work and home. But Kelly's comment about feeling smarter without him hinted at something deeper. The delicate balance of sharing space with a spouse not only at home, but in the workplace. Mark brings a lot of fun chaos, a show insider revealed. He's charming and funny, but he definitely keeps Kelly on her toes. When he's not there, she has the room to stretch differently, and she leans into that. Kelly explains herself. Later in the broadcast, Kelly made sure her audience knew her remark was all in good fun. "When I say I feel smarter, it's not that I actually am smarter," she said, chuckling. "It's just that nobody is here to point out when I say something ridiculous. Normally, Mark would interrupt me and say, 'That's not right, Kel.' Without him, I get to live in blissful ignorance." The crowd laughed again, and Kelly winked knowingly. "Ignorance is brilliance when no one's here to correct you." Mark's response. Of course, word of Kelly's playful jabs traveled quickly to Mark. Later that day, he posted a response on Instagram, a photo of himself on set holding a stack of scripts, captioned, "Studying hard so Kelly doesn't outsmart me on air. Don't get too comfortable, Professor Ripa." Kelly reposted the image with a string of laughing emojis and wrote, "You'll always be my favorite student. But today I was valedictorian." Fans delighted in the exchange, with thousands of comments celebrating their dynamic. Relationship goals, one follower wrote, "Even when they're apart, they're the funniest couple alive." A lesson in partnership. Kelly's smarter remark wasn't just comedy. It was also a subtle reminder of how long-lasting partnerships work. In her own humorous way, she demonstrated that love can coexist with independence. Sometimes, she told her audience toward the end of the show, being merry is about being together. But sometimes, it's also about giving each other room to miss one another. And let me tell you, I'm really enjoying missing Mark right now. The audience applauded, both for the sentiment and the comedic delivery. Looking ahead. By the next episode, Mark was back at the desk, sliding into his chair with exaggerated caution. "I hear someone felt smarter without me here," he teased. Kelly, not missing a beat, replied, "Oh, I did. I was practically Einstein yesterday. But don't worry, you bring me back down to earth." The audience erupted with laughter, and Mark leaned over to kiss her cheek. "That's my jaw," he said. The banter continued as if no time had passed, but fans could see the warmth beneath their playful sparring. Kelly's confidence and humor had carried her through a solo show, while Mark's presence restored their familiar rhythm. Together, they reminded viewers why they tune in day after day, not just for celebrity interviews or cooking demos, but for the raw, funny, and relatable love story unfolding in real time. The takeaway: Ripa's claim that she felt smarter without her husband may have been a playful joke, but it revealed something important about her character. After decades in the spotlight, she continues to reinvent herself, whether as a solo host, a supportive partner, or simply a woman making her audience laugh through honesty. And if there's one lesson her viewers took away, it's this: sometimes, love looks like laughing at your partner when they're gone, missing them anyway, and then welcoming them back with open arms and one last well-timed punchline. Let us know in the comments below.